A national darts team manager, Carol Cheese, is calling for more involvement in the sport across the island. According to Cheese, the participating numbers are dwindling and need replenishing.
The sport of darts is not considered an elite one in Jamaica. That's because it's not a fashionable one and it's not attractive on the eyes. However, in Europe, it has massive popularity and is mainly televised events with players earning millions per year. And that's one of the big difference locally, as the sport doesn't pay and players even have to pay their way to represent the country. But the drive of the Jamaica Darts Association isn't stopping, as they are on the hunt for young players.
The youth are the future, and so our focus in Jamaica Darts Association right now is getting into the schools and getting the youths involved. Right now, the youth players that we have who entered in 2026 will not be able to enter in 2028 because they would have attained the age of 18 and no longer qualify for the youth division.
The focus is to have more competition in the schools and across the island, but all that comes down to one thing: financing.
For that, we need the support of corporate Jamaica to be able to sponsor the events, because transportation is needed to move across the island, to take the sport across the island and cause it to be a little bit subsidized in terms of the expenses for the players who are coming into the sport and needing to travel to the different tournaments and the different events that we're having for darts.
At the recent Caribbean Cup tournament, Jamaica finished off the podium as they ended 5th. But that's because a number of top players were affected due to a lack of sponsorship.
If we had enough sponsors for this particular event, we could have had many more training sessions and subsidized the cost for the travel for our players who qualified for the national team from Montego Bay to come into Kingston for the training session, and then the times when the players from Kingston would have to go to Montego Bay for the training. And I must commend the players who they were dedicated without going into their pockets each time to attend the training, to provide the fare, to get the gas for the vehicle and pay a toll, to get to the training and provide their meals for the training. And I must commend them for that, because it takes dedication to be able to do that out of pocket and a love for the sport.
Jamaica's next participation at the Caribbean Cup will be in 2028 in the Cayman Islands. Christopher Scott, TVJ Sports.
And FIDE master Jaden Shaw was the best placed Jamaican in the absolute section at the Pan American Under-20 Chess Championships held in Honduras from August 2 to 9. Shaw, who was among 7 Jamaicans who contested the championships, ended 15th in his category after 9 rounds of competition. Candidate master Darren McInnes placed 16th and Ayush Jain 23rd in a very competitive field of 62. The absolute section was won by Argentine woman Grandmaster Candela Kwekamburu, who went undefeated. In the women's section, woman candidate master Gabriella Watson led the Jamaican ladies, placing 11th, closely followed by woman candidate master Kaya Gale 12th, Amy Stevenson 17th and Katie Gale 18th, also in a very competitive field of 27. The women's section was won by the unbeaten woman FIDE master Karen Gate of Argentina.